One of the biggest mistakes that people make during their push-up training is actually one of the simplest things to do when you bring your attention to it. The thing is, when I tell you what this thing is, you're going to be like, hey, Sully, like, I already know this, like, this is nothing new. But there is a difference between knowing it and then actually executing it. So in this video, what I want to do is I'm going to share with you the importance of breathing and how this ties into your core strength, your core durability, and how this ties into you executing your push-ups in a way that is going to improve your performance during that sets and then also during your overall training, and how this is going to help you to prevent unnecessary injuries on your calisthenics journey. All right, so you know what's coming up. Let's get started. Before we start, hit that subscribe button for everything calisthenics related. First, we need to understand why breathing is important when you're doing your push-ups and your calisthenics training. So breathing is important because we're getting the oxygen into our body, into our muscles, so that they can perform the task we're asking it to do, and then so that it can mitigate and prevent injuries. Because when you are not breathing properly, you are now placing additional stress on your body, like unnecessary stress that is not going to help you in performing that exercise or progressing in your calisthenics training. So you actually want to have this controlled sense of breathing when you are doing the exercise, because that's what provides the oxygen to your body, and that's what makes you feel lighter, and that's what makes you feel stronger when you are doing that particular repetition and when you are doing that particular exercise. So it's really about efficiency. You want each repetition to be efficient, and that's going to come from how you are breathing, right? So that's the importance. So getting the oxygen into your body so that you can be a lot more better in your performance of that exercise and then your continual training, and you can mitigate and prevent injuries, right? Because a lot of issues with injuries actually come from stress, too much tension, neck, shoulders, back, all that stuff, right? So there's two breathing techniques I want to share with you in this video that are going to be directly applying to how you do your push-up. So whether that's your push-ups on the ground or whether that's push-ups as progressions, right? So incline push-ups, negative push-ups, whatever, right? So the first one is going to be bracing, which is your body's ability to compress the midsection, the abdomen, so that you're more stiff and so that you connect the upper body with the lower body, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is going to be my sacrum and my lower back. I go into this flat position. You see this flat position over here. And then now when I'm in that position, what I want to do is I want to breathe in. And then you can imagine somebody is going to punch you, and then you tighten up. So I'll show you again. So I breathe in. You imagine somebody's going to punch you, and then you now brace, right? So now what I've done is that I have my transverse abdominis and the surrounding abdominal muscles compressing, coming in like this. So the transverse abdominis is this belt that goes around your midsection, and it tightens and it secures your organs and the surrounding muscles. And then you also have now your diaphragm that's also pushing down. So now I'm tight in that position. That's the first technique you do. You want to be braced, right? And then now you're ready to actually execute that strength exercise. If you're finding value in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We've gone through the first breathing technique you do when doing a push-up, which is the bracing, so the tightening of your midsection. And now the second breathing technique is going to be your inhaling and your exhaling. When to do it, and how the mechanics are going to work. So I will show you in a push-up position. So if I'm in my plank position, starting off my high plank, I'm now going into my push-up stance or my plank stance. So lower back nice and flat and tight. I'm bracing the core already. And then now my shoulders are nice and tight. And now I'm ready for my push-up, right? So everything's nice and tight. I've braced my core, the first technique. And then now the second technique is going to be my breathing. So when I go down, I'm going to inhale. And when I come up, I'm going to exhale. So the breathing is actually going to lead the movement. So the first thing I actually do is I inhale and then I bend. So inhale and then exhale. Inhale. So start thinking about it like that, where I initiate the inhale while braced, and now I lower myself down. When I'm in the down position of the push-up, I initiate the exhale and then I push back up, right? So in the beginning, I would actually promote you guys to breathe out loud. So inhaling through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth, and do it loud so that you become more aware of it, right? Because when it's silent, it's a little bit harder to now keep track of it, right? So breathe out loud until it becomes like second nature, and then from there you can now start to breathe slow, right? So I'll show you one more time before we close off. So plank position, everything is tight. Okay, and then now I breathe in and out. So as I'm doing it, I'm feeling light and I'm feeling strong as I'm doing that movement. You can apply this to push-ups. You can apply it to push-up progressions like incline push-up, negative push-ups, and it's the same mechanics. All right, guys, I will see you on the next video.